Hi there, and welcome back to Daily Bible Promises with a Twist. And today we're going to be reading, as usual, from the New International Version first. And today's verse is Psalm 86:7. In the day of my trouble I will call upon you, for you will answer me. And as it has been our custom, I will read from another translation as well. And today that will be the Passion Translation, Psalm 86, verse 7. Whenever trouble strikes, I will keep crying out to you, for I know your help is on the way. I felt there was a persistence going on in the heart of David, that he would continually cry out to the Lord until the Lord answered, because he knew help was on the way. So the Passion Translation basically said what I was feeling in my heart. I felt that there were two things to consider with this verse. Number one, David was not crying out to his friends. He wasn't trying to figure out things by himself. He was crying out to the Lord because he knew where his help came from. The second point I wanted to make was that David kept on calling out because he knew God would come to his rescue. We're all fascinated by the true story of survivors of earthquakes who somehow survive despite the odds. Some of them are rescued by pure chance, and we don't really know what their whole story is because they were unconscious for most of the time that they were buried. But others speak of the way that they kept their hopes up and did everything in their power to make sure that their rescuers could find them. They would tap on a nearby pipe, or they would call out as much as they could as long as their voice held out. But they were not passive as they waited for their rescuer to come. If you are in a desperate place and you need to be rescued in whatever way you can imagine the word rescue to mean, may I encourage you to be persistent. Continue to cry out to the Lord with the sure faith that David had, that as he cried out to the Lord would come to his rescue.